Hey everyone and welcome back. Now in today's video we'll be discussing about how we can go ahead and install Consul. Now the overall step of Consul installation is very simple. So what you have for Consul is you have a single binary file. You go ahead and download the appropriate binary file for your operating system and start to use it. So let's assume that this is your laptop, maybe Mac or Windows, and you have the Consul binary. You go ahead and download it and that's about it. You do not really have to do anything other than that. Now one of the nice things about Consul and in fact various other HashiCorp products like HashiCorp Vault, HashiCorp Terraform is that they support multiple platforms. So some users might be using Windows, some users might be on Mac, some users might be on Linux and so on. So Consul supports Windows, Mac as well as Linux. So this is one of the great things. So in today's video, we'll go ahead and install Consul in Linux. Now, when you discuss about the installation of Consul, there are multiple ways in which you can go ahead and do that. One is you can go ahead and manually install the Consul, or if you are making use of a certain operating system, let's say you are making use of Mac, then all you have to do is you have to follow the command like brew install HashiCorp tab Consul, and that's about it. If you are making use of Windows, then you can make use of choco install Consul. If you are making use of Linux, then in Linux, depending upon the operating system flavor, so if you are making use of Ubuntu Debian or if you are making use of CentOS, Fedora, Amazon Linux, the overall command would differ. However, the guide is very simple to follow and it becomes very easy to go ahead and install Consul. Now, since we have a CentOS 8 based server, we'll be making use of the CentOS/rel based installation steps. So the installation steps are very simple. In fact, there are only 3 installation commands that you need to run. So let's try it out. So first, let's go ahead and install the yum util. So I'll copy this up. And within the terminal, let's go ahead and run this command. Now again, one thing that I would like to clarify is that I am using MobaXterm. However, you can use any SSH client. It can be based on Windows, it can be PuTTY, it can be based on Mac and so on. As long as you're logged into the server, you can go ahead and run the same command and you'll get the same results. So let's go ahead and first install the yum utils package. Great. So this package has been installed. The second step is to go ahead and configure the official HashiCorp repository for Linux so that we can go ahead and download various tools from here. So let's copy the second command. Let me clear the screen and let's configure the repo. Great. So the repository is configured. And now all you have to do is you have to do a yum y install Consul and the Consul package will be installed. So let's run this command. That's great. So if you'll see, the Consul package has been installed, and now if you just do a Consul, you should see various available commands under Consul that are being shown. Now one important part to remember is that even here within the tip they have mentioned is that since we have already configured the HashiCorp repository within Linux, HashiCorp has multiple tools. One among them is Consul. However, since the repository is configured, you can go ahead and also install various other tools like Terraform, Vault, Nomad, Packer and so on with the similar commands. That's great. So now that we have installed Consul, in the next video we can go ahead and start exploring various interesting features of Consul.